everything. The same China is producing for US. The same China is producing for many countries. And those are the same quality goods that people even go to the US and end up bringing back to Africa. Right?
Yeah.
So I always tell them that China produces different grades of goods. You should be willing to pay for the quality that you want.
Yeah.
So it's not that they want to damn the low quality goods on you. You choose what you want to go for.
Why like that, Wada Jemu? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, right? Yeah, very soon I'll be introducing my guest to share her experiences. If it's something you like to watch, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hi!
Hi.
Welcome to my channel.
Thank you. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah, and I'm also grateful that you agreed to come onto my channel. Anyway, do you mind introducing yourself?
Okay, my name is Vanessa Amenyawo from Ghana, and I'm
Okay,
currently a student in China.
okay, okay. Do you mind telling us the name of your school?
Yeah, I'm currently in Tairen, the Gonda
Oh,
in
okay.
Shanxi province.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Studying what and which level are you in?
I'm pursuing a master's degree in business administration, and I'm
Oh, okay.
currently in my second year.
Oh, okay, okay. We'll come back to this, but why China? Why did you decide to come to China?
Well, I wouldn't say I decided to come to China. Okay, it's a two-way thing
Mm-hmm.
actually. I actually did my undergraduate degree in Ghana, and it
Okay.
was a combination of a business course that was accounting and Chinese. So we
Mm-hmm.
had the opportunity to have an exchange program in China. So I came for 1 year to China to come and do my exchange program, and then went
Okay.
back home to complete my degree. So afterwards, because of the experience I had, I didn't really have a a good experience because
Mm-hmm.
of COVID. So it
Oh,
was I had to come back to come and experience China fully because the part that we were not on lockdown and we got to enjoy China, it looked like the experience was not full yet. So I
yeah.
had to come back to come and continue the
Really,
experience. But
yeah, yes.
at the same time, China has good opportunities for like the masters for you to pursue your masters. So that's why I
Yeah.
decided to come back to China.
Okay, okay. So, you mentioned you studied or you're studying business administration. Um, are you self-employed? Are you using what you are studying?
Oh yeah, currently. So when I after I finished, when I went back home to do my undergraduate to complete my undergraduate course,
Mm,
I stayed back home to work for some time. So
yeah.
during the COVID, we were on lockdown, so I ordered some things home, right?
Yeah.
So it made me start like a mini importation business. So I
Yeah.
was doing that business back home. So when I came back to China, I decided to pursue that. So I have
Yeah.
that on the side. I'm into sourcing, procurement, and training of importation. But aside
Okay.
that, I also do some other businesses on the side as
Mm,
well.
yeah.
So
Okay.
yes, I'm putting my degree to use.
You're a real businesswoman. Anyway, we are all going to school. I mean, those of us going to school, to earn a living, right? Um, but you have a side hustle or side hustles, right? Do you think or would you advise anyone to have a side hustle?
Well, I think it's a two-way question. Yes
Mm-hmm.
and no, because
Okay.
I know entrepreneurship is not like something that everybody can pursue,
Yeah, true.
right? But at the same time, you can always have a side hustle. A side
Mm,
hustle. You don't necessarily have to be the owner of a business, but you can put your skills to use as a side hustle. So yes, I think everybody needs to have a side hustle. I don't think we should all put our eggs in one basket and rely on
Yeah.
just one thing. It doesn't
Okay.
necessarily have to be entrepreneurship that you are the owner of a business or something, but you can have a side hustle. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, but how difficult or how easy is it to manage it? Um, Considering the fact that you're a student, like how are you able to move around? How are you able to manage your businesses?
I don't know whether it's easy. I don't know whether it's easy, but it's I believe you have to study your strengths and your weaknesses and then work around it. You decided to study. I'll use myself. I decided to start something, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
have to see it to the end. So it's there are times that is not too smooth. There are times that you enjoy it. There are times too that you begin asking or wondering why you even started it in the first place. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't say it's easy, but at the same time it's manageable.
Mm.
You have to know how to manage what you have, right? So yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, is it something you learned from someone, maybe a family member, or because you came to China and you realized the opportunity was there, you decided to give it a try?
I've always been someone to sell something. I'm always
Okay.
selling something. Whether I am making profit out of it, I remember when I started my undergrad, I was back home in Ghana. That
Yeah.
was in my first year. I realized that the people on the floor didn't have access to eggs. We were on the fourth floor.
Yeah.
And if you want to buy eggs, you have to go all the way down there to buy eggs. And it was
Yeah.
something that people wanted. So I was like, I just called my mom and told her that I've seen that people over here are always going down there to buy eggs. And the people down there, because they know that they are our only options, is so expensive. So I
Yeah.
want to start selling eggs. And I remember because I was in my first year, I was in the room with people who were far ahead of me, and they were just wondering, like, what is this girl looking for? Why does she want to sell? But I didn't. I just wanted. I saw a need, right?
Yeah.
I saw a need
Yeah.
that I knew that I could make an opportunity out of. And even though I wasn't really making so much out of, but it was something that I was using to take care of myself at that time. So I've always been
Yeah.
someone to start a business, like to start something, to do a business. So coming to China, I realized that okay, there's a need. Africans over here miss home, and there are certain things that reminds them of home. And if I
Yeah.
can meet that need, although I'm making money on the side, I'm also helping people to actually have a taste of home. So I decided to start my business here too as well.
Okay. Guys, she has a business, yeah, a very good one. Um, I'll be putting her flyer on my screen with her QR code, especially for those of you in China, so that you contact her. Okay. Yeah. And please, when you go, mention that Mama C brought you.
Of course.
Anyway, um, so coming back to China, right? Um, you mentioned you are into import and export as well. There's this perception, especially back home, where you and I are coming from, that stuff or items produced here in China are of inferior quality. What would you like to say about it? Do you also agree? I know you wouldn't agree because um you know where to get the quality ones and you know where to get the inferior ones. But what would you like to tell people out there?
And personally, I have this thing about importation where
Yeah,
I always tell them that I prefer to have integrity in importation.
yeah,
So any client or anybody I come into contact with, I try to be as transparent as possible.
yeah,
So yes, China has some inferior goods, but China also has quality goods,
yeah,
right? So every time there's this explanation I always give to people that China produces in grades, right? Even if you want something of the lowest, the same quality of product, but you want it in the same product, but you want it in at a lower price, they can produce the same thing for you, but with very low quality. So the
Yeah.
reason why we in Africa think that they give us inferior goods is because the people that come to China to come and pick the goods to take back home come with a mindset that they want low quality goods or they want low price goods. Let me put it that way, low price
Yeah.
goods. So
Yeah.
they end up picking the things that are not of good quality and bringing it back home, and it looks like
Mm-hmm.
that is what is flooded in Africa. But
Yeah.
that's not the same thing. The same China is producing for US. The same China is producing for many countries, and those are the same quality goods that people even go to the US and end up bringing back to Africa, right?
Yeah.
So I always tell them that China produces different grades of goods. You should be willing to pay for the quality that you want.
Yeah.
So it's not that they want to damn the low quality goods on you. It's you choose what you want to go for. So yeah, that's what I
Exactly.
usually tell people.
Yeah. And I want to add that it also depends on how much money you have.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly,
Anyway,
exactly.
still in China, now that you're a student here, how has having a skill or having a side hustle helped you?
It has helped me so much. Like I cannot even underemphasize it. It has helped me so much. I remember when I was back home, there was this time someone told me that she had cassava dough that she wanted to sell in, like, at where I was. At that time I was working, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, how will I be able to sell this cassava dough whilst I'm doing my normal 9 to 5? So I got some
Mm,
people, and then I went to supply to them and everything. So when I came to China, at that time I didn't even know how to make cassava dough. So I
yeah.
just called this person that supplied that cassava dough to me and told the person, can you teach me how to make cassava dough? Because it is something
Yeah.
that people would like to have or use here. And she taught me how to make it. And today I'm earning from that skill. You can turn a skill to a profitable business once you have availed yourself to learn that particular skill. So, and there's this thing that people have, like this mentality that people have, that it has to be like a high skill, or it has to be something so
Yeah.
difficult to make. Once you are able to master something, one particular thing, you can always make something out of it. I'm so big on learning how to do something. I in particular, I don't know how to braid, I don't know how to make up and all these things, but my skill is in making this one. So that is what I can make money out of. Whatever it is, that it doesn't necessarily have to be the ones that people know, that is in
Yeah.
braiding or maybe doing all these things. It can be just something that you are good at, and you can learn how to maximize it. So yeah,
Yeah.
learning a skill is really important.
Yeah. And like you said earlier, initially there was a need, and so you felt um, you should provide a solution to that need. And here, here in China, like you mentioned, cassava dough. The way I like banku, and I believe there are people here who also like banku, but do not have access to cassava dough. So I think it's a good thing you have some, yeah, for those who will need it. Please, guys, those of you who like banku like me, contact her for your cassava dough. Anyway, um, would you or do you mind having a master class just to teach people about entrepreneurship?
I I don't know how to answer this question, because yes, I would like to teach people. Like I know what I know because somebody taught me what I know. So I would
Yeah.
like to teach people, but at the same time, I personally believe I'm still developing my skills. So I think it will take a while for me to actually
Yeah.
teach people like
Mm,
entrepreneurship, like in detail. But it is something
yeah.
that I'm open to.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I went through your WeChat, right, and I saw some of the things or some of the services that you offer. You already mentioned some, like the cassava dough. I saw you make bread and other pastries. Mm, back in Ghana, right? I remember when I was also going to learn how to make these things, people made fun of me because then I was a student and people didn't understand why someone who could work in the office, who could have a white collar job, would go and learn a skill like this. We think it's for people who are not academically good. What's your take on that?
I really like this question. I really like this question because I realized that yes, back home, like people don't really respect these occupations or these things.
Yeah,
But I remember when I completed I think senior high school, yeah, that was senior high school before I was about to enter the tertiary. I remember I was worrying my mom. I told her that I told her I wanted to learn how to make up.
yeah,
I don't know. And at that time, I remember my friends were like, why do I want to learn? Like, why am I worrying myself? Don't I want to go to the university? I don't know, but I just felt like I needed to learn a side
yeah,
skill aside like the work that I'll be doing. But
mm-hmm,
I'm not so good with makeup. I'm not the type of
yeah,
person to do makeup and everything. So whilst I was in the university, I decided to take a short class in like pastry making. So I decided to learn how to make pastries on the side. And then whilst I was doing my 9 to 5, I was always making something to sell. And it will
yeah,
shock you that these are things that people don't really put any value on, but these are
yeah,
things that can make you money.
yeah,
And one thing I always say is that once there's excellence attached to what you are doing, you can be a garbage um, collector. Once you attach value to it, people have no choice than to respect what you are doing,
yeah,
right?
true.
Some rubbish or garbage was in Ghana until someone decided, let me brand it into a company and make it Zoom Lion.
Yeah,
And today, if Zoom Lion offers you a position as a manager in Zoom Lion, you wouldn't say that it is a garbage collecting
yeah,
company, so you wouldn't work for them. So as someone who is learning a skill or something, yes, let people laugh, let people say all they want to say about it. But what is important is the value you are attaching to what you are doing, right? You shouldn't be just the tabletop pastry seller.
yeah,
It should go from the tabletop to becoming that business that will can stand on its feet even when you are not around. So that is what I think. If you want to learn a skill, that is where you should try to be. You shouldn't focus on the laughing or the mock. Yes, people will laugh at you, people will mock you. That's your humble beginning. But
yeah,
with time, today people are ordering sponge on Amazon. People are
yeah,
ordering so many of these things just because of the branding that has been put on it. So
yeah,
as someone who is learning a skill, what is most important is the value and the growth that you put to that skill. People can laugh, but at the end of the day, you'll be the one to have the final laugh. So yeah.
yeah, very true. Yeah. What are some of the challenges you faced as a business owner?
Hey, this one, if I want to start, we will not finish. Oh.
I
We
have
will
all the
not
time.
finish. We will not finish. Let me narrow it down to like the normal few challenges. First of
Yeah.
all, the I try to make what I sell as authentic as possible. So I
Mm,
need to get local goods from Ghana. Transporting goods from Ghana to China is not easy. It's
easy.
not
Yeah.
easy to get like the local things because I wanted it to be as authentic as possible, right?
Possible.
If you are taking what you're taking, it's reminding you of home. So
Mm,
getting those things are one of the challenges I face a lot.
yeah.
And another challenge I face is because I'm a student. sometimes making the things that I sell, making sure that it's delivered on time. I'm like a one-man business. I'm the same person
Yeah.
taking care of logistics, same person taking care of making the product, same person customer relations and everything. So sometimes it can be quite stressful to do. So those are some of
Mm-hmm.
the issues. And China laws are not so flexible. So
Yeah.
sometimes it puts a limitation on me as a business owner here. So
Okay. Where do you see your business in future?
wow. I see it. I don't think I can describe it. I see it. I don't think I can describe it. But
Mm,
let me put words to it. I think I see it growing beyond me. Where if I'm not, I just mentioned earlier that right now I'm the same person handling every other thing. I see it growing to the extent where it can function without me being in the picture. I want it to be able to grow to the extent that it can stand and have like systems where it can run without me necessarily being in the picture. Yeah, and I also want it to be a household name, just like we have household brands in Ghana. I also want it to have a household name in China as well. So that's where I see my business going.
okay. Would you advise your child to learn a skill?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Just like you, having a skill helped me here in China.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did my undergraduate here and it wasn't easy. I was then a fee paying student. So me, I
Oh.
like money. Anything that will bring me money, I would do. Even I don't know how to do it. I'll
We
find a
learn
way
it.
to, yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. Anyway, um, back to China again. Or let's go back home. Before coming to China, did you have any perceptions or
Mm.
any assumptions?
Oh. I had a few assumptions. I don't know if I should go maybe before I came for my exchange program
Whichever
or
one. Yeah, it's
I
okay.
think so. Before I came for my exchange program, like if you're in Ghana, what you hear about China is like there's no English speaker in China,
Yeah,
life in China is so rigid, and all those things. That was what I thought China would look like. But
yeah,
at that time, the mentality I had was I really wanted to learn the language. I didn't know about the any other side of China in terms of that. Mine was to come and learn the language. So I really remember being told that if you are not in the big cities in China, then you are not even going anywhere. And China is so closed. Yeah, so I think those are some of the perceptions I had about China before I came.
yeah, okay. Has the technological advancement in China helped shape your business?
Yes, yes. But yes, I don't know how to put it, but yes. Let me give an instance, right?
Mm,
When I was in Ghana, even within that 3 years before I came to China,
yeah,
I ran about I think 2 or 3 businesses
mm,
before I came to China, and the most difficult part of that was delivery or
yeah,
making sure that the goods get to your customer. You do all the trouble of advertising, marketing, making sure that you get customers to buy, only for one delivery person to mess everything up for you.
yeah,
So it was really a struggle. Even I was always running losses because of
mm,
delivery.
mm,
Sometimes the goods will even get to the delivery person. The person you tell the person that the goods will get to them at this time. The delivery person will go and get them in the evening. The person is like, I'm not there. The delivery person has to come back, take it back the next day, and it's all your cost as the business
yeah,
owner. But comparing it to China, we all know how. effective their logistics and delivery systems are.
Yeah.
So I personally, as a business owner, it has really helped me. It's I know that logistics is not something that will be a headache to me. Even if you are in the farthest part of China, you know China is very big. I don't have a
Yeah.
problem. I can
Mm.
deliver to you anywhere you are. And
Yeah.
I personally, I think it's one of the things that has helped me as a business owner here in China.
Mm. Yeah. Um, the fact that you deal in pastries, right? I know that it is not always that you get the taste you are looking for. Have you had any customers telling you they didn't like the taste or they didn't like a particular product they bought from you, and how did you deal with it?
Okay, so I do not, with the business that I run, I do not make pastries or maybe cooked food for people. The
Oh, okay.
pastries and the cooked food I do, that is like a content. I create content
Oh,
on YouTube and on TikTok. So
okay.
I create that, like it's just content that I create,
Mm,
but there
mm.
are maybe a few people that will just text you like personally that I want this, can you make it for me? And then I
Oh,
make
okay.
that. But that is not
Okay.
what I do as a business. But
Mm,
as a business, I've had a few um mishaps like here and there as a business. So maybe I can answer it from that point of
mm.
view.
Okay. Go ahead.
um Personally, as a business owner, I think of the I think of myself as the consumer as well.
Yeah.
So even before I deliver anything to anybody, I make sure that it is something that me myself I can consume, or something I
Yeah.
can be happy with before
Mm,
I even send it out to the person. So say for
yeah.
instance I'm making pastries, and it doesn't come out well, and
Mm.
I know that it hasn't come out well, I cannot send it out to
So,
somebody.
yeah.
Yes. But at the same time, so human beings are different. So it can
Mm-hmm.
get to the person, and then maybe that's not what the person wanted. And so
Yeah.
there are different ways to actually deal with some of these things. Sometimes you as a business owner, you can do everything possible on your end, but at the same
Yeah.
it might not get to the person the way it was supposed to get to the person.
Mm.
You have to deal with it with patience, strategy, and a lot of understanding, because the
Mm.
customer is right. No matter what, whatever the person's feelings are valid,
Yeah.
right? You can have boundaries as a business owner. I'm not saying don't have boundaries as a
Yeah.
business owner, but at the same time, the person has paid you. Mainly, the person has paid for that value. They have a say over what they receive. So once they
Mm.
receive it, there's always a way to deal with it. First of all, you have to be patient to listen to the person's genuine concern. Try and find a way around everything. Sometimes, if I have, maybe I sell condo, there was this time where the thing was delivered and it wasn't delivered on time.
Yeah.
So the when she got it, it had opened and everything. And that time I hadn't gotten like a way to package it in such a way that it's sealable, that when it
Mm.
gets to the person it will not have issues. So the only
Yeah.
thing I did was at that time I couldn't really do anything about it. So I told her that, oh, she has a discount on the next offer that she buy from me because of the
Yeah.
mishap. So we
Mm.
just came to an understanding on that, and then that was how I was able to solve it. So it's not a one size fits all kind of situation, but
Yeah.
the most important thing is you have to know as a business owner that once the person has paid for whatever it is that they want, it is your responsibility to ensure that they get value for what they've paid for. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And just to add in, these mishaps are normal.
Yeah.
Normal in the sense that it happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you said, it could, maybe the fault is not coming from you, or it could even come from you, right? But it happens. So yeah, let's get that. You mentioned you create content. How has content creation or social media helped in your business?
For the content creation, I don't know how to link it to China. The
Mm,
content creation has helped for my business in the sense that where I am, I cannot sell to just the people that are around me. I should be
Yeah.
able to reach people that are even outside my province. So
Yeah.
by creating content and creating videos around what I'm selling, I'm able to reach people that are not even in my province. That
Mm.
way I'm able to sell to people outside my province. So content creation in that sense has helped me to be able to reach like more customers, more people, more traction. My page is getting more traction by creating content.
Yeah.
People see my content and wonder, "Ah, what is this person about? What is this video
Yeah.
about? What is this person selling?" Then I get questions in my inbox. What is this? What is this used for? Can I order and things like that. But my other content creation on the other hand, that is in terms of TikTok and YouTube, I use that to grow my skills. Like it is what I'm using to learn like new skills, right?
Mm.
So when I make these things, I do them, I make mistakes, I come back. So that is what I use to grow myself to in terms of making maybe monetizing whatever it is that I have. Because for now, my other social media platforms, I can't monetize them. But
Yeah.
it is just like an avenue for me to grow. I'm making mistakes there. I'm learning from there in such a way that maybe in the future I'll be able to monetize those ones too as well. So
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for sharing this with us. Anyways, how long have you been in China?
I think 2 years. I
Two
came in
years.
2023.
Mm.
So yeah, 2 years. It will be,
2
I'll be two
years.
years in September.
Mm. And how do you see China in
China.
terms of your business? I mean, like, you know, the import and the export part. I know you buy from Chinese. How are you handling them? How are you managing them? Yeah. Are they difficult to deal with?
It's I well, I wouldn't say they are difficult to deal with, but I'll say you just have to be vigilant in
Mm.
dealing with them, right? It's everywhere. It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mm.
And you in everywhere you meet some good people and you meet some bad people. It's everywhere. So I wouldn't put it on maybe on Chinese that maybe but I've had a few bad experiences here and there, but all the same, it's good in terms of like
Mm.
working with them, maybe trying to reach a negotiation, trying to get your order across. It's a roller coaster, but at the same time, it has been a good experience so far. It
Mm.
has been a good experience so far.
Yeah, okay. Okay. What's your favorite food here in China?
Like the Chinese dish.
Mm.
When it comes to Chinese dishes, I'm not particular about putting the dishes in my head,
Mm.
but there's this dish that we usually buy. It's called Huamanji. We
Oh.
buy it here. It's like this sauce with chicken and some
Yeah.
veggies. Yeah,
Mm.
I think that's
Yeah.
the only thing that I really enjoy and I can eat like continuously. But aside
Mm.
that, their dishes are I don't really put them in my head, but I
Mm.
think I enjoy their dishes. I enjoy their dishes. I also like chow fan. Yeah, I
No.
like chow fan
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay. Have you traveled to any other parts of China aside your city?
Yeah, I think I've traveled to two cities so far.
Mm.
I don't really, unfortunately, I'm not somebody who likes going out. If it's not business or something that has to drag me out, I don't think I'll be outside. But this particular year, I'm really looking forward to exploring other parts of
Mm.
China because China is
Mm.
so big and so beautiful. You keep seeing the
Yeah.
beautiful cities on your phone, and I think
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
making plans to start exploring it this year.
Mm. Yeah. And have you been to the business cities like Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Yiwu?
No, not yet.
I think you should try going there one of these days. You will love
But
it.
it's
I've been to
actually
EU.
interesting.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's actually something I'm looking forward to doing.
Mm,
China
yeah.
makes it
And
so easy for you in terms of maybe working with them online
yeah.
without necessarily going there to see for yourself. But it is something that I plan to do
Mm,
very, very soon.
okay. Um, anything you would like to leave us with in terms of doing business whilst you're a student here in China?
Mm. What I like to say is that I believe that China has like a lot of opportunities. You don't have to limit yourself as a student. I know life in China as a student can sometimes be very hectic, but in any way that in any way that you can also make value for yourself as an individual, I think you should explore it in any way that you can. When I started earlier, I said that entrepreneurship is not for everyone, but
Yeah.
having a skill and making value out of that skill is can be for anybody, right?
Mm,
So you have to look around you and make sure that you are maximizing whatever opportunity or whatever thing that has been placed before you. It doesn't necessarily have to be you selling to people or you you doing like maybe the normal ones that people know, but in any way that you can make value or provide value, you should look forward to exploring that. Yeah, so that's what I would
mm.
like.
Okay. Do you mind telling us some of the things you sell? Yeah, so that if anyone would want something from you, they can contact you.
Okay, so I sell, first of all, I sell Tom Brown. Tom Brown is
Mm,
for children, it's for people of all ages, but most
yeah,
especially for children. So
yeah,
any mother who is weaning their child and wants to introduce them to solid can purchase to my Tom Brown.
yeah.
I also sell different kinds of spice blends. I have spice blends for jollof, for stew, different kinds of spice blends. I also sell kondo and cassava dough for making bangkun, for kenke,
Yeah.
for porridge. And I also sell kenke too on the side.
Oh, oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
those
okay.
are the things
Okay.
that.
Okay. Do you mind telling us your social media handles?
Um, wow. Do you know I have so many social media handles?
Okay.
I'm going to have to send them to you so you put them. But
Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah.
On
Mm-hmm.
WeChat, I am Kea Foods on WeChat,
Okay.
and on TikTok, she cooks and bakes on TikTok. It's also
Okay.
she cooks and bakes on YouTube as
Mm.
well. And
Okay.
I think my importation businesses, I don't think I'll have to send them to you because they are
Okay.
they
Okay.
are not
Guys, I'll
no.
leave all these handles on the screen so that you contact her. Okay. Yeah. Vanessa, thanks for honoring my invitation.
It's a pleasure. It has been very nice speaking to you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.